I call this a checkerboard. Now listen, I love this one. I didn't think I was going to like this. I tried this as an experiment, but it was an experiment that went very, very well. I think this is beautiful. I'm going to set this aside for a minute and talk about how I made this. Now look, I'll bring it back a second. You can make a quilt block full of 2.5-inch squares. That's what these amount to. You can do it the old-fashioned way and piece two together and all that. We've done that so many times. This is an entirely different way of doing it. Maybe not a better way for you, but a different way. And it's a way that I have really grown to enjoy. I started by putting together some strips of fabric. Now, in this case, I chose 10 fabrics. They were all part of the same collection, and the link to these fabrics will be in the description of this video. Well, they're all 2.5-inch strips is what I made. So I joined them all together, okay? This is very important. When you do this, look at the back. You need to press the seams to one side first, the other side next. Opposite sides. Every single row, you need to press them in opposite sides. And there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that. Also, if you'll notice, my checkerboard, it's not square, it's rectangular because I didn't do the math. I wasn't trying to make a perfect square. I just wanted to see if this project would work. What you will do math-wise is you're going to take 2.5 times however many squares you want it to be. Like if you want it 10 squares wide, multiply by 2.5, that's 25 inches. Your strips of fabric should be 25 inches long in order to make that work. Make it 26 because you're going to lop off the ends to make them nice and straight. So once you have joined all these together, the next step is very strange. I've never done this before. Take the right sides and put them together and do another seam across here, just like we did all of these. You are in essence going to make a fabric tube when you do that. Okay, does that make sense? Now I've made the fabric tube, and here it is. I've also gone the extra step and I've trimmed these edges off so they look nice because, you know, they're a little full of threads. Look at this. This literally is a fabric tube. So what's the next step of this? This is where I went, what? The next step of this is to cut this into pieces. I'm going to show you. Because I did 2.5-inch strips, I'm going to cut these into 2.5-inch strips as well. So with my ruler here, I'm going to line it up on the edge. And look, this is what you do. You're going to cut this entire thing into strips like that. Okay. Now the first time I did this, I was like, this is very strange. But honestly, I really grew to love it. So look, when you cut all these things into strips, then the next thing is to deconstruct it. This whole thing is about constructing, deconstructing, reconstructing. So that's what we're about to do. We're going to deconstruct more of this. When I have all of mine, and I want to say I had 7 of these, because I didn't measure, of course, at the beginning. You decide which one you want to be the top. So I'm like, okay, I like this fabric the best. I want him to be the top one. So if you flip it over and get your seam ripper out. So, hon, would you mind handing me the seam ripper? It's over there. It's the wooden thing with the thing. Sorry about that. Get your seam ripper out. It might be on that corner table. And if not, that's okay. We will rip this little seam out, okay? And just pull the threads out. And what you have is this. You've got the loop, only now it's stretched out, right? And now it's 2.5 inches wide. No, it's not a lot of extra work. This is actually very simple. So then on the next one, I go, well, my next one, I want to move him down. So here it is. Thank you. So I'll rip this seam out because I want him to be the new one. So open that up and rip the seam like you do. It only takes a second because these seams are very small. So when you do this, like here was my second one, here was my third one, and I laid these out next to each other and I was like, oh boy, this is a lot of seams to join. This could be a nightmare. That was the easiest part of all, because when you start to join these, you know, flip one over, match the seams up, and just stitch your 1/4 inch along here. Because you pressed every other direction, all of your seams are beautifully nested together. That means you don't have big bulk in any of these. They fit very well together. That was the fastest part of the process, was piecing all of these together. So that's what you do. You flip the next one over, stitch it, and again, at that point, I pressed seams open because I was getting to have a lot of seams that way. So this is Checkerboard. It really is worth trying. I really do love it, and I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you'll like us and subscribe to us and share this if you really enjoy it. I had fun doing it. And as always, happy sewing.